Well, hi again, everyone. This is Tim from Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, and this is game number 24 of the 1972 Roberto Clemente Race to 3,000 Hits using Strat Super Advanced. This game is a continuation of a series between the Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals, and today's pitching matchup is Rick Wise for the Cardinals and Luke Walker for the Pirates. So this is a night game. Hold on, so make sure it's a night game. Yes, it is a night game in May. So we will do this. 1 to 4 good, 5 to 13 average, and 14 to 20 is bad. And we have bad weather tonight in Pittsburgh, so it's probably overcast. Ballpark singles are 1 to 8 lefty and righty. Ballpark home runs 0 for righties, 0 for lefties. Hold on, no, I had that right to begin with. Sorry, 1 to 8 lefty and righty. Trying to not look at St. Louis's. 1 to 2 for lefties and nothing for righties. So, not a very good night. Wind must be blowing in. All right, and lineup's a little different again from the previous game. Lou Brock will lead off and play left field. Ted Sizemore plays second base and bats second. Matty Alou plays right field and bats third. Joe Torre cleans up and plays third base. Ted Simmons behind the plate bats fifth. Don Clendenin, the first baseman, bats sixth. Luis Melendez, the center fielder, bats seventh. Dwayne Anderson, the shortstop, bats eighth. And Rick Wise, the pitcher, batting ninth. Defensively behind Luke Walker, the starting pitcher for the Pirates, you have Manny Sanguillen behind the plate, Willie Stargell at first base, Dave Cash at second base, Richie Hebner at third base, Jackie Hernandez at shortstop, Vic Davalillo in left field, Al Oliver in center field, and Roberto Clemente in right field. And we'll go ahead and get this started with Lou Brock. Trying a little bit different setup today. 4-2, and that's a fly ball to right field. 1 away. And here is Ted Sizemore. Two and a 12 against the lefty, and he plunked him. So Sizemore reaches first. And -3 hold for Walker, -2, so -5. And then we won't even hold him on because that make him 50-50. So not going to hold him on. And here's Matty Alou. Nothing on the 6 for the Havoc roll. And here's a pitch to Alou, lefty-lefty matchup. And that's a bouncer to first. Stargell to Hernandez. The return throw not in time. 2 away. And Alou will try to get a jump. Although they're going to hold him on. He'd be 1 to 10. Nah, they won't try to get a jump. So the running game will be very much affected today. Nothing on the 9. Here's Joe Torre. And that's a swung on and missed. Struck him out against a righty. And that will retire the side. Through a half inning, it's the Cardinals nothing and the Pirates coming to bat. Wise finishing his warm-up tosses. Batting order for the Pirates. Cash, Davalillo, and Clemente. Stargell, Oliver, and Hebner. And Sanguillen, Hernandez, and Walker. Okay, so here's Dave Cash to face Rick Wise. And that's a fly ball to center field. And that is Melendez. He's a 3. 18 will track that down. And Melendez is an E16. Oh, boy. E16 and an 11. Center field. There is no 11, so Melendez tracks it down and retires Cash 1 away. Here's Vic Davalillo. And a 1-9 against a righty, struck him out. So 2 up, 2 down. And here's Roberto Clemente. 4 and a 9, and that's ripped into center field for a base hit. So Clemente getting off the schneid after being hitless in the last couple games. Sorry, spoiler alert. And so Clemente now 85 hits away from 3,000. He will not be held on. No, it makes him even. Okay, well, he doesn't have a steal rating anyway. So here's Stargell. Nothing on the 7. And here's the pitch to Willie Stargell. 5 and a 6 against the lefty. Bouncer to first. And Clendenin takes it to the bag himself. And that retires the side. After a full inning of play, it's the Cardinals nothing and the Pirates nothing. And due up for the Cardinals is Simmons, Clendenin, and Melendez. And here's the pitch to Ted Simmons. Triple sixes. First base chance for Stargell. He's a 4. And a 20, he'll get that. And let's see if he can make the play as an E25. And that's a rare play on a G1, so I think that's just with no runner on first, grounds out. And so that's a regular, non-rare play. So we'll say 3-1 on the put out. 1 away, and here's Don Clendenin. Four and a 5 against a righty, and he draws a walk. So 1 out walk to Clendenin. He will not be held on. Here's Luis Melendez, the center fielder. Nothing on the 5. And here's the pitch to Melendez. 6 and a 2 against a righty. Another first base chance for Stargell. 15 on a 4. Will that be a double play chance? No, it'd be a G2, but can they at least get an out? Maybe not. 25 and a 14. That is a 1 base error for Stargell. So he gets it, throws, and it's low in the dirt, and nice job by Cash to keep the ball in front of him. They will call that an error. And here's Dwayne Anderson, the shortstop. 1 out, runner on first and second. Runners on first and second. Nothing on the havoc roll, and here is the pitch to Anderson. 2 and a 10 against the lefty. Bouncer to first. He goes to second to get Melendez. But once again, the return throw is not in time. Going to third is Clendenin. But there are 2 outs. For the pitcher, Rick Wise, of course, when he was a Philly, hit 2 home runs and threw a no-hitter in the same game. But this is not one of his better pitcher hitting cards. It's only a 2. Though he does have normal power, so you have to look out for that. Nothing on the 4. And here's the pitch to Rick Wise. Triple fours. That's a base hit to right field. Or, sorry, to left field. He's a right-handed batter. In to score from third is Clendenin. Anderson, let's see, left field, that's Davalillo. He's a +1. Anderson not being held on. 14, 2 outs makes him a 16. Now, okay, now this is, to be fair, if it's now it's super advanced. If it's hit the left field and you're going from first to third, you lose 2. So this would be 1 to 14, 1 to 16. All right, so not being held on makes 14. 2 outs makes him a 16. Hit the left field reduces 2, so that's 14. Davalillo has a +1 arm, so 1 to 15. They'll send him to the third. They won't throw. Runners stay on the corners, and the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Wise. And here's the Lou Brock. Excuse me, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Nothing on the 20. And here's the pitch to Brock. And that's a bouncer to third. Hebner will retire Brock, and that will retire the side. Cardinals get off the schneid and take an early 1-0 lead. And Wise will face Oliver, Hebner, and Sanguian here in the top of the second. And here's a pitch to Al Oliver. And against a righty, Tapper back to the mound. And Wise retires Oliver 1 away. And here's Richie Hebner. Four and a 9. 1 to 7 single chance. And that's a base hit for Richie Hebner. And he will not be going anywhere. Here's Manny Sanguian. Hebner will not be held on. Here's Sanguian. Nothing on the 5. Three and a 6 against a righty. Fly ball to center field. And Melendez retires Sanguian 2 away. That brings up Jackie Hernandez. Nothing on the 10. Another 3 result. 3-10. Struck him out, and that will retire the side. Through to complete. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Pirates nothing. And top of the third, Sizemore, Alou, and Torrey do up for the Cardinals. All right, here's Ted Sizemore. Two and a 12 against the lefty. And Sizemore once again is hit by a pitch. Wow. I think it might have been the same roll. All right. Sizemore shakes it off. He will not be going anywhere. Here's Matty Alou. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 10. So I'm going to do that again. Six and a 9. That's trouble for Walker. 1 to 9. Triple chance. And on the 9, that gets by the center fielder. Scoring from first is Sizemore. And the Cardinals extend the lead to 2-0. And the Pirates play the infield in. At this point, you might as well. I mean, nobody out. Yeah, it's still early. It's 2 runs, but you can't go so far behind. All right. At 2 is a balk or a pass ball. And pass ball for Sanguian is 1-2. Not on the 10, so good stop by Sanguian. Here's Joe Torre, struck out his first time up. And against a lefty, that's a 1-7 single chance. D20 coming in good for the Cardinals today. Sneaks by the third baseman and into left field. Scoring from third is Alou. 3-0 Cardinals. And this is not going the way that the real game went, as Walker pitched 6 solid innings and then Dave Justy had a 3-inning save, but not looking like that's going to be the case today. Here's Ted Simmons. Grounded out his first time up. Havoc roll. And Torrey will not be held on. Nothing on the 12. And against the lefty, that's a ground ball to short. Hernandez to Cash to Stargell, double play. Base is empty, 2 outs. And here's Don Clendenin, of course, 1969 World Series MVP for the Miracle Mets. No havoc roll needed. 6 and a 4 against a righty. Third base chance for Richie Hebner. He's a 3. And a 4. I don't think that's going to do it. No, it will not. Bounces off of him. 12. There should not be a 10. There is no 10, so single for Clendenin. Here's Luis Melendez, reached on a Stargell error his last time up. Nothing on the 12. 2 and a 9 against the lefty, and that's a ground ball to short, and they'll just go the short way to get Clendenin. And that will retire the side. Cardinals add 2 more and lead 3-0 after 3. And the Wise will face Walker, Cash, and Davalillo. All right, here's Walker using pitcher hitting card number 1, left-handed batter. Is that a 6? Nope, that's an out. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Wise. Let's see if Wise's strikeout total. He struck out 142 on the season. 1 away. And here's Dave Cash. Three and a 7 against a righty. 1-4 double chance for Cash. And that's a 1-out single for Cash. +1 for -1 for Simmons, so even. So if he gets the jump, it'd be 1-13. They'll take that chance right now. 2-6 or a 12, or he's caught on an 8. And a 1 could mean he's picked off. 1-7 he gets back. If not, he gets picked off. and he gets back. So Cash cannot get a jump. Will be held on. Here's Vic Davalio. Nothing on the 20. Davalio struck out his first time up. And that's to the shortstop. Dwayne Anderson's a 4. Hold on. Is he responsible for holding the runner on? He is. So Cash was being held on. So that makes him a 5 range. 5 and a 10. That falls within the 4 and a 10 or 5 and a 10. So that's going to get through for a hit. Will he make an error? He is an E42. And that's an 11. No, 12, 14, 16, and 18. So that will get through because he was holding on the runners. Going to third, holding on the runner. Going to third is Cash. And here's Roberto Clemente. Singled his first time up. Havoc roll. Infield be normal. They just want to get outs. Actually, double play gets them out of the inning. Nothing on the 16. Here's Clemente. 4 and a 6. Struck him out. 2 away for Willie Stargell. Stargell grounded out his first time up. Nothing on the 8. And here's the pitch to Stargell. 4 and a 4. Center field chance for Melendez. He's a 3. And an 11. That's fine. Melendez is an E16. E16, and that's a 12. Nope, no 12, so Melendez will track it down, and that will retire the side. Pirates strain an opportunity. We go to the top of the 4th. Pirates trail 3-0. And Anderson, Wise, and Brock do up for the Cardinals here in the top of the 4th. All right, this may be the last inning. Or maybe they'll let him go 2 more. He will not bat his next time up more than likely. All right, here's Dwayne Anderson. And struck him out. He is not considered tired. 1 away. And that brings up Rick Wise. RBI single his last time up. 6 and a 10. Ooh. Fly ball to left field. Just got under it. That's 2 away. Here's a Lou Brock. 0 for 2. And against a lefty fly ball to center field. And Oliver tracks that down. 1, 2, 3 inning for Walker here in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th with the Cardinals still leading 3-0. Oliver, Hebner, and Sanguian do up for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 4th. And here's the pitch to Al Oliver. 5 and a 3. First base chance for, that is Clendenin. He's a 3. 3 and a 3. That will get by him for a hit. Or actually won't get by him. He will not be in range. And let's see. Clendenin is an E20 at first. E20 and a 13. 6, 10, 11, 15, 17, and 18. No 13, so just a single for Oliver. +1 even. They will not hold on Oliver, and he will not go anywhere down 3, not 3 runs. That brings up Richie Hebner. Nothing on the 17. Here's Hebner. 5 and an 11 against the lefty. Ballpark single, 1 to 8. And that's a 9. Nice stop by the shortstop, and he shows the glove, and we'll say second baseman, excuse me, shows the umpire the ball, and he calls him out. And brings up Manny Sanguillen. Nothing on the 7. And that's a ground ball to second. Sizemore retires Sanguillen, but the only play was to first, so Oliver will go to second. 2 away for Jackie Hernandez. Nothing on the 7. Here's Hernandez. So we'll do that again. And that's a ground ball to third, and that will retire the side. So Torrey retires Hernandez. We go to the top of the 5th. Cardinals lead 3-0. And Walker will face Sizemore, Alou, and Torrey. And here's a pitch to Sizemore. And against a righty, ballpark single, 1 to 8. And that's not good on a 20, so let's say it's a fly ball to center field. And finally, they don't hit Sizemore with the pitch, and he makes an out. 1 away. And here's Manny Alou. RBI triple his last time up. 3 and a 2 against the lefty, and that's outside ball 4. So Alou will draw a walk, and 50-50. They will hold him on, but he'd be 50-50, and they aren't going to take that chance. Here's Joe Torre. Nothing on the 7. One and a 6 against the lefty. Ground ball to short. Hernandez to Cash to Stargell. Inning ending double play. That will retire the side. So, I mean, Walker gave you 5 innings. They were good, bad, or indifferent. And now he will be pulled from the game. I don't think I'm going to go to Justy without a lead. So we will go to Bruce Keeson. Now, Bob Johnson is available out of the pen as he's in between starts, or just now maybe pitching out of the bullpen. So they will go to Bruce Keeson. And now we'll figure out who we're going to get for a pinch hitter for... I think we'll go with Gene Kleins. Sure. Yeah, Gene Kleins is who we'll go with. Pinch hitting for Walker. And then Keeson will come in afterwards. Okay, here's a pitch to Kleins. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's a pitch declines. 6 and an 11 against a righty. That's a right fielder chance. Matty Alou, he's a 4. And a 12, that will be, oh, can he make the nice sliding catch? Or actually, he's going towards the wall. Alou in E4. E4, there should not be a 10. No, nice running catch. He smacks against the wall and hangs on. 12 is the first out in the outrange for a 4-rated outfielder. So good play by Matty Alou. 1 away. Here's Dave Cash. Four and an 8. 1 to 3 single chance, so 15% chance of a single. Negative. So that's a ground ball to second. And Sizemore throws out his second base counterpart. 2 away for Vic Davalillo. Oops. All right, here we go. And that's a catcher chance. Simmons is a 3. 13. So this is either going to be a pass ball or a foul out. Oof. Simmons 6 and a 13. There's a 14 and an 18, but no 13. So P/F. No runners on base. Okay, since there's not runners on base, it's a foul out. So he throws the mask off, Simmons does, and makes the catch to retire the side. We're to the top of the 6th. Cardinals lead 3-0 as Bruce Keeson now makes his way to the mound. Here's Ted Simmons to lead off. Simmons 0 for 2, ground into a double play. And that's against a lefty, second base chance. That is Cash, he's a 2. 2 and a 4, I think, is good enough. It is, and Cash is an E8. Whoops, and we'll do that again. Oh boy, E8 and a 15. 16, 17, 18, no 15. So bounces it in the dirt, and Stargell picks it. Nicely done, 1 away. And here's Don Clendenin. Six and a 7, 1 to 7, single chance. That's a 2, so that will get by the third baseman for a base hit. And here's Melendez, not holding Clendenin on. -4, yeah, not holding him on. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 20. Triple threes against a righty. That's a pop-up to the shortstop. And Hernandez puts that away, 2 away. Here's Dwayne Anderson. Anderson reached on a fielder's choice and struck out in 2 appearances. Nothing on the 10. And here's a pitch to Anderson. And a 1 and a 6. 1 to 14 single chance. And that's a 6. So that's a little bleeder. Gets by the shortstop. And stopping at second is Clendenin. And here's Rick Wise trying to add to his RBI total. Nothing on the 6. Here's the pitch to Wise. And struck him out, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Pirates still trail 3-0. Wise will face Clemente, Stargell, and Oliver. All right, Clemente, 1 for 2 on the day. And here's the pitch to Clemente. Three and a 7. 1 to 5 single chance. And not on the 16. So grounder to third. And that will retire Clemente 1 away. Here's Willie Stargell. Stargell 0 for 2, ground out and a fly out. Oops, we'll do that again. All 3 have to go through the tray. And triple 4s against the lefty. That's a 1-out walk for Stargell. Okay, and here's Al Oliver. Not holding on Stargell. Nothing on the 19. Here's the pitch to Oliver. 1 and a 4. Ballpark single, 1 to 8. Sorry, 2 and a 4. No, I think that was a 1 and a 4. 1 and a 4. So 1 to 8. And that's a 2, so that's a base hit. And going to second is Stargell. And now up is Richie Hebner. Singled his first time up. Nothing on the 13. 1 out, first and second. Pirates trail 3-0, but that can change with 1 swing of the bat. And that's a base hit into center field. Scoring from second is Stargell. Going to third is Oliver. And this is a 3-1 game. There's Manny Sanguillen, not holding any runners. Nothing on the 7. Five and an 8. And oh boy, 1 to 8 triple chance. And that gets by everybody. Scoring from third is Oliver. Rounding third and heading home is Hebner. And into third with a triple is Sanguillen. Let's see if I'm sure he had a few. He had 8. Not bad for a catcher. So 3 runs are in. This game is tied. And the infield will be brought in for Jackie Hernandez, as Wise has completely lost it here in the 6th. Nothing on the 20. Infield in. Hernandez not a good bunter, else I'd think about squeezing. 5 and a 9 against a righty. Oh boy, the hits just keep on coming for the Pirates. 1 to 4 is a single, 5 to 20 is a double. And that's a double for Jackie Hernandez. Scoring from third is Sanguian. 4 to 3, Pirates lead. And they're going to keep Keeson out there. He pitcher hitting card number 3. So let me find that real quick. Timeout while I find the other pitcher hitting card. And here's Bruce Keeson. He will bat. Runner on second, on the double. And Keeson will be up with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. A 4 to 2 lead. Nothing on the 9. Keeson batting right-handed. 2 and a 5. Struck him out. 2 away. Here's Cash. Nothing on the 8. Four and a 6, and struck him out. So Wise settles down, but not before the Pirates put 4 on him in the 6th and lead 4 to 3. And top of the order, Brock, Sizemore, and Alou do up. As Keeson will stay in the game. They need him to go a few innings. All right, here's Lou Brock facing the righty Keeson. 6 and an 8. And that's a second base chance for Cash. He's a 2. Nothing on the 20. 20 is fine. And Cash is an E8. E8 and a 9. And that is fine. So Cash retires Brock 1 away. And here's Ted Sizemore. Three and a 7 against a righty, fly ball to center field. And Oliver tracks that one down 2 away. There's Manny Alou. Tripled and walked and hit into a fielder's choice. So he's reached base 3 times today. 1 and a 4. Ballpark single, 1 to 8. Not on the 17. So we'll just say that's a grounder to short. And that retires the side. Stretch time here at Three Rivers Stadium. Pirates lead 4 to 3. And we'll just make this a little shorter and we won't sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game today. They're going to have Wise stay in the game. This is 2020. This is not 2026 baseball. This is 1972 baseball. And he's faced 28 batters. And here's Wise facing Davalio. And against the lefty, struck him out. He is not considered tired. Can go the distance. Here's Roberto Clemente, 1 for 3 on the day. 2 and a 9. Bouncer to shortstop, and Dwayne Anderson retires Clemente 2 away. Here's Willie Stargell. 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Oops, and we'll do that again. 2 and a 6. 1 to 13 single chance. And that's a 2-out single for Willie Stargell. Here's Al Oliver. And that's a second base chance for Sizemore. He's a 3. 16. That's fine. Sizemore's an E21. And oh boy, E21 and a 4. Yes, that will be an error. So he throws it in the dirt, and the first baseman, Clendenin, is unable to come up with it. So nonchalant throw for a tough play, and the inning continues for Richie Hebner. We'll let Wise try to get out of this. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 4-3 Pirates the lead. Balker pass ball chance. Pass ball for Simmons is a 4. Not on the 15. And that ball is crushed to deep center field. 1 to 5, and this ball is out of here. Not on the 20. Rounding third, heading home is Stargell. Hitting third is Oliver, not being held on. Let's see here. Oliver, 1 to 14. 2 outs makes him a 16. Not being held on makes him a 17. That is deemed to be hit to center field. Melendez is a 0. 1 to 17, they will send him. Here's the throw to the plate. And he is safe. Going to third is Hebner. Two-run double for Richie Hebner, and Wise is considered fatigued, not tired, because he gave up 6 runs in 2 consecutive innings. They will let him try to get Sanguillen out, and if not, then they will pull him to get Hernandez. So nothing on the Havoc roll. Here's Sanguillen. Does have a couple clutch rolls on his side. Another second base X chance for Sizemore. 7 is fine because he's not holding anybody on. Yep. And an 8 on a 21. No 8, and that will retire the side, and that will be it for Rick Wise. 2 more, I guess you could call them unearned runs. 6-3, Pirates lead. And Keeson will stay on at least for the 8th. Torrey, Simmons, and Clendenin do up for the for the Cardinals. Although all right, here's Joe Torrey to face Bruce Keeson. Torrey 1 for 3 with a single. 50-50 single chance. Wrong side. Line drive to the third baseman, Hebner, 1 away. Here's Ted Simmons, loosening in the bullpen for the Cardinals is Joe Garzenda. There's Ted Simmons, 0 for 3 himself. 3 and a 7. Base hit for Simmons. He gets on base for the first time today. And Havoc roll for Keeson. Nothing on the 10. There's Clendenin. One and a 7. Fly ball to center field. And Clendenin is retired by Al Oliver, 2 away. And here's Luis Melendez. Nothing on the 14. 4 and an 11. Ballpark single, 1 to 8. Not on the 11. So that's a, we'll say, fly ball to left field. And that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We're going to have Grisenda come in. And we'll have Justy loosening in the bullpen. Just in case it's a save situation. Although we could have Keeson pitch the rest of the game, and it would be a save. But we'll figure that out when that comes. So Wise is pulled. Here's Grisenda. And he will face, well, we'll have to face another pitcher because we're going to pull Keeson for a pinch hitter. Jose Pagan will pinch hit for, be on deck for Keeson. So here's Grisenda. All right. Facing Jackie Hernandez. And 1 to 3 single chance. Not on the 16. So ground ball to third. And that will retire Hernandez. All right, here's Jose Pagan pinch hitting for Keeson. All right. And here's Pagan. 3 and a 9. Ground ball to second, and Sizemore retires Pagan. Oops, 2 away. There's Dave. Oops. Should not be a runner on. Here's Dave Cash. Justy is finishing his warm-up tosses in the bullpen. And that's a fly ball to center field, and that will retire the side. We go to the 9th. 6 to 3, the Pirates lead. Maybe should have pulled Wise earlier, but hey, live and learn. So Keeson is being replaced, did a fine job replacing Walker. And here's Justy to try to close out the Cardinals, although lately he's been a little shaky, but they have faith in him. All right, let's see. We'll get Anderson, then a pinch hitter. Go with Jerry McNertney. Pinch hitting on deck. All right, so here's Dwayne Anderson facing Justy. Five and a 6. Bouncer to third. Hebner will retire Anderson 1 away. And here is McNertney stepping to the plate. All right, so McNerney will bat with one out here in the top of the ninth. Struck him out. So 2 down, and a last chance for the Cardinals is Lou Brock. And a 5-5 against the lefty. Struck him out. 1-2-3 inning. And that's your ball game. Final score from Three River Stadium, 6-3. The Pirates win it. We'll be right back with the details. All right. 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Cardinals. Bruce Keeson will get the win. Rick Wise will get the loss. And then Justy with the save. Clemente did get a hit, so 85 more hits and 317 plate appearances. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please leave a like. It helps the video to be seen. Leave a comment if you would like. Any memories of the 72 season or just any other games that you're playing in general. And if you've not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification so you can be notified of any new videos. And whatever game you are playing, please enjoy it to your fullest. Have a good night, everybody.